Hello friends and fans, it's KatherineFoster again, author of the Self-Care Awareness, Action and Planning Workbook and also the Self-Care Card Set. Today I thought I'd take a little bit of time to talk to you about the card set, what it means to me, how it came to be, and hopefully how it can help you through periods of stress and crisis. So how it all came to be. As many of you are aware, in 2016 I went through a period of crisis. It's addressed in the book and it's also addressed on the other videos that I've done so far. During that particular time I was feeling very overwhelmed and I didn't know what I could do to help myself, and the idea came to me that I should grab some A3 paper and some coloured pens, and I wrote down on the paper things that I could do that had previously worked for me, that if I was feeling stressed or overwhelmed, that all I needed to do was look at what was on the list on the wall and go and do something like that and see if it helped me. And if it didn't help me, then I would just move on to something else that was in the list. Sorry, my hair's a bit itchy. So anyway, that's how that all sort of started. In the actual card deck, there is obviously things like a disclaimer, how to tell you how to use the cards, and an acknowledgement of all the wonderful people that gave me permission to photograph their venues. So for example, Sydney Zoo, Macquarie University, etc. And I'm sorry I didn't mention everyone, but there's quite a few venues. Anyway, so some of those cards have what we call stock photos in them. There's about 10 of them. And my wonderful publisher Ian from Intertype Publishing, he actually purchased those with commercial licenses so that they could be used in the card set and in the book. The other cards, the majority of the cards, so probably about 30 plus of those cards, are actually photographs that I took. Now you're saying, well, why on earth would an amateur photographer take photographs and put them on cards and sell them? Well, there's a couple of reasons. The first reason, as my wonderful friend Heather said, is, Kate, that you really want to capture part of your soul and put them onto the cards. So my energy, my representation of who I am and what I'm trying to express. And I had that thought before she had said that, but it just confirmed to me that that's what I needed to do. The other part of the cards is that, and this is the main part, is that I wanted to show people that you do not have to be perfect in order to tell your story, in order for that story to have value and meaning. The cards will show you a picture. And even if the picture is not perfect, it's not a professional photograph, it still has value and meaning. Just like you have value and meaning, you don't have to be perfect, okay? And that was like super important for me to get that message out there. Okay, so how can these cards help you through periods of life's crisis and stress? One of the key ways for me, as I've already alluded to, is that you can place these cards anywhere. So it could be with a magnet on a fridge. You could grab some blue tack. For those that don't know what blue tack is, I've actually got some here, okay? I've learnt that Australians and maybe New Zealanders know what blue tack is, but apparently Americans haven't heard of blue tack from the feedback that I've got. So blue tack is sort of like a pliable substance that you can put onto the back of a card, and you can stick it to your wall. You can stick it to, like photo frames, back of doors, all of those sorts of things. And it won't actually mark the surface. And it will stay up there for an incredibly long period of time. Okay, I'll give you a demonstration. So here's some blue tack that I've opened previously. You can see that it's quite plastic. You only need a tiny little bit. Okay, And this is one of the cards. For those that can't see it very well, it's called Forgive Yourself. Okay, so on the back of the card, what I'm doing is just sticking a little bit of blue tack here, and I can put it on the wall. Can you see? We'll do that again with another one. I like this one. Create your own family. This is actually one of my fur babies. He's called Bobby. Okay. So once again on the back, and just stick it up. And one more. This is actually, I like this one. This was actually taken at Sydney Zoo with their permission. It's one of the lions at the zoo, and it's called Tune In and Listen to Your Own Body. And the lion is actually lying down on the grass having a little bit of a siesta. So once again, stick it up on the wall. Okay. So I've just chosen 3 random cards, and you can do it like that too, or you can work through the pack and see what ones appeal to you and stick them up on the wall. When you're going through a period of crisis or stress, okay, and you've got these up on the wall, okay, maybe there's something that you need to work on in regards to forgiveness. Create your own family. Now, if you're feeling quite stressed and overwhelmed and you feel like your family is not necessarily around you, and that may be just your interpretation, or it may be reality, okay, focusing on how to create your own family may help you, okay. In this particular instance, I think tune in and listen to your own body is the key card. So what is your body thinking, feeling? How are you behaving? Are you angry? Why are you angry? Is that anger because anger is a really funny thing from a counseling perspective? It can be a primary emotion or a secondary emotion. Okay, so without going into a lot of detail, let's just say it's not really the main reason. It's just the outcome. Okay. So if you look at the anger iceberg on Google, you will see that there's a lot of things that can filter in underneath anger. So for example, you know, it might, my mind's gone blank, sorry. It might be things like frustration, you know, maybe people have said some nasty words to you, all of those sorts of things, and it's bubbled up. But the real need is for you to connect with why this is happening, where it is coming from. So identifying the trigger and helping you move through that trigger. That's not the best explanation, and I'm sorry, but I sort of got a little bit deviated in the discussion. Anyway, as you can see, the cards are up there, okay, and you can put more up there that appeal to you. So if you're feeling stressed, or if you're feeling like you're going through a period of crisis, you have got a visual representation, much like you would if you were to do like a vision board per se, of the coping strategies that could possibly help you through periods of stress and crisis. So if you come home from work, had a hard day with the children, had a hard day with the in-laws, there could be a whole range of situations why you're just feeling a little bit stressed. Maybe it's time to tune in and listen to your body. Maybe that might be having a rest on the bed or the couch, having a nice warm shower, doing some meditation, all of those sorts of things. There are a lot of examples that are given in the book for you to explore, but this is just like a visual representation to go, aha, I remember this. This helped me last time, so I'm going to try and do this again. Or maybe it's something that's brand new to you and you're thinking, oh, okay, maybe I'm going to give that a go and see if that actually helps me. Okay. So that is a really important aspect to the cards, okay? At the end of the day, we all go through periods of stress and crisis in our lives, but if we have the tools to help us through those periods of stress and crisis, then we're more likely to move through it with ease and grace, I guess, and maybe a little bit faster than if we didn't have those tools and those resources. So I'm just hoping that these beautiful self-care cards can help you when you're experiencing stress and crisis. Until next time, it was lovely chatting with you. I can't wait to chat with you again. See you later. Bye.